Greetings, one and all. Another Stargods vlog. This is being done at night for the first time, and coffee's all worn off. Sleep. What movie does that come from? Anybody know? What the hell is he talking about, Gladys? I I just want to make a little footnote here up front is that this virus thing, the C virus, I can't say the name because communist China is listening. Mao, 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 and so you can't say the word. It's a swear word now. It's a United Nations swear word. So, anyways, we have this virus and the Omicron. Oh, can I say that word? Oh, open up, Mao, Mao. Bloody Xanties is what they are. Do you people even heard of Xanties or know what I'm talking about? So, anyways, we got the Omicron now. There's this new one that just came out. The virus of the week. I'm going to get myself a variety pack. What's it called? Florona or something like that. I don't know. It's the latest virus, deadlier, uglier. It's going to take all your children. You're going to die. You better get the vaccine. And what next month? I wonder what next month's going to be. Maybe the Godzilla virus, eh? Yeah, the Godzilla virus, worst ever. And then Anderson Cooper's going to shoot his friggin' mouth off like he always does. Millions are going to die. Yup. Yeah, I work with the Central Intelligence Agency, but I'm telling the truth. Yeah, millions are going to die. What was it? Bill Gates said at the beginning of C-19, the word I cannot use, I am forbidden. He said 33 million people were going to die. That's it. He said it. That's it. 33 million people are going to die, period. And what a joke, eh? What a joke. And so it's really bad in Canada because they've stripped us of all our rights, our freedom, liberty, everything. And we cannot use our Constitution to fight it. We have the Charter of Rights. It's null and void now. They just say, buzz off. And so, like you have a company, let's say, you have a huge company, and the government comes, open up, now, and you have a little conversation with them, and they're like the mafia now. And they say, we're mandating your company, you have to fire all those who don't take the vaccine. Well, I'm going to lose money, I'm going to lose my company, I'm going to lose my everything. We don't care, we don't care. Sigma, show them we don't care. Mao, Mao. I got a little carried away there, but it is true. They don't care. They mandate your factory, let's say, and old Joe there, he's been there for 40 years. He's making, 80 grand a year? No jab, no job. He's fired. That's it. He's gone. You don't get severance pay. That can be like $100,000, $200,000 severance pay. Goes into the pocket of the government. Yeah, praise Trudeau. Did you know Trudeau's hot? That's why he got voted in. Sucker. And he legalized marijuana. Isn't it funny how they all legalized it all at once, all over the world? What's up? So, anyways, we got this. Next month's going to be King Kong virus, and it's going to be deadlier. Do you know viruses? You know why they go away? Why it's seasonal? Because a virus will come in, it'll mutate, but science shows us that it mutates downward, it de-evolves. and it keeps mutating down, down, down. Pretty soon, it's mutated to a point where it doesn't even have spikes anymore, or anything. It's just mutated out of existence. They've done this with they mute fruit flies, and so the fruit flies, now they got wrinkled wings that can't fly. Now they got no eyes, and it goes down and down and down. So the virus gets to a point where it can no longer sustain itself, and it's finished. It's evolved. See, it's mutated. It's mutated downwards. It's disintegrating. It's not mutating upwards and becoming stronger and blah blah blah. And it doesn't work that way. So I've never seen a virus mutate in my life. And if they do mutate, they mutate downwards. They get less and less dangerous. They don't get stronger. They get weaker and weaker. Anything that evolves, it evolves downward. But they'll never talk about that. And if you try to bring it up on one of these, forget. Trump allowed the Chinese to just shut down all the freedom of speech in America on all these platforms. All these free platforms, they're going to be taken over. They're going to be bought out. When America's finances go, China's going to buy up everything and shut everything down. I mean, it's just a matter of time. China is your worst enemy, America. And no, they never do. No. They never launch a bioweapon. Yeah, really? It's called Wuhan. Mao! These guys are so demonic. They're living demons. The Red Chinese and their Bolshevik BS. Okay, so and then Trump, he thinks he's going to run again. Hasn't he forgot that the voting machines are all rigged and hacked? And get this, the woman that's supposed to be behind bars is hinting she's going to run in the next election against Trump. How tacky can you get? How tacky can you get? I mean, this is just unbelievable. So maybe she's going to be the new president. And there's Trump. I'm going to put her behind bars. I'm having Trump's baby. It's I don't know. We're finished. Okay, this is the end game. We're finished. But all these little, these religious people, these bubblehead conspiracy theorists, they're saying, oh no, the good guys are on the way. Now those good guys should be, now we're moving into the subject, the serpents of wisdom. These are the people that were in Atlantis. Atlantis was corrupt, just like today. They were corrupt. They got high on their technology and their power to take liberty away from the people. So Atlantis sunk down below the waves, and so a lot of them escaped. And there was a priesthood called what was it called? Yeah, Serpents of Wisdom. Today they're known as the White Brotherhood. You filthy racist! And so now they said they were going to return the serpent. Now I take all of this with a grain of salt. I'm telling you, it's a theory, but I take it with a grain of salt because I don't really trust anything. I think everything is just BS propaganda. And so, but apparently the serpents of wisdom are returning. Now, they don't get along with their brothers, which are the reptilians, the royal reptilians. I mean, the whole Queen Elizabeth, all that you've heard is true. I saw a picture of Prince Harry and what's her name at an event. This was it wasn't a conspiracy theory magazine or nothing. It was just a regular news thing. and he had blood spots. It looked, I can't say, maybe it was ketchup or something. Maybe they're into hot dogs. But there was like red blood, it looked like blood splatters. And there was a blood splatter on her shoe. So they just got out of as far as I'm concerned, a reptilian blood ritual. Or they slice the throat and pull the heart out, drink the blood and all that before they got there. But anyways, that's a different subject. So now they say the wisdoms of the serpents of wisdom. See what happens when the coffee wears off? Okay, so the serpents of wisdom have always been known to be representative of healing and wisdom. They weren't, those are the reptilians. Those are the reptilians. If you look in the past, any ritual to pull out a heart is reptilian controlled. Okay, so let's all go back to the beginning. When look at my link, it'll blow your mind. Something to do when there was no God. Something. Look at the link. Check the link out. And check the link out of this show, which explains the mind of the reptilian and how they think. And you'll find a lot of truth in that video. I'll have it in the links too. I already pre-typed it so I don't have to get lazy. I find that these reptilians, they're at odds. First, now you go back into the Bible. This video will explain it. Okay, in the beginning, we got to take the Jewish version. There's hundreds of other versions from hundreds of other cultures declaring the news about the beginning of the earth, but you got to talk about the Jewish version. So it's all spelled out on these Sumerian texts, okay, ancient Sumerian texts. And it's all about Adam and Eve and the Noah story and all of the New Testament is copied from this Sumerian text. Because the Sumerian texts are 6,000 years old, long before Jesus ever came on the scene. Goes way back. And what they did is they took the whole entire creation story from the Sumerian text. They copy-pasted. They're plagiarists. The Jews have always been known to be plagiarists because they don't really have a culture of their own, so they steal other people's culture. It's like a spoiled kid. He has no toys, but they'll steal other people's toys so they have their own toys. And so now if you go way back, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, the translators who are illuminated, in other words, they're illuminated, Illuminati, okay, basically the Jewish Illuminatis were created by the Frankish Jews. 1/3 of them were Frankish Jews, which are horribly evil. But don't go broad paint brushing all the Jews, and they're horrible and they're mean. And that little old lady making bagels down there in the corner, we know what she's up to. No, don't even go there, because it's like saying all Italians are mob members. I'm Italian. I don't belong to a mob. I'm too poor. So it all starts back then, and it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, it's heaven. Created the heaven. I think that's the dome myself. What's he talking about? And so I find that from that video is that the word God is Elohim, which is plural. It's plural. It's plural. So it should, if they want that kind of fudging the translation, they are bound by certain grammatical laws to translate it gods. Oh, that was the Holy Spirit and Jesus of the logo. The logos. Yeah. Well, yeah. See, this is what they do all the time. The Decepticons are really active in Christianity. Well, we won't get into that. Oh, thank goodness there is a God. So, anyways, yeah. So it's Elohim and it's plural, but what it means is the literal translation is the powerful ones / the shining ones, which were reptilians. They were the draconians. They came into our existence through time and space, not going in a little ship. Oh, I'm off we're off. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. No. They don't come from these planets and all these star systems. Those stars, as far as I'm concerned, are portals. They're plasma portals, and that's why they give off the light. So if they say, oh, we come from Venus, Venus isn't a planet. It's a light. It's a portal, a time portal. So all the cultures, so we'll explain it, I think, in this video. Follow the links. This video is several parts. Before there was, in the beginning there was no God. I think that's what it's called. But it's a whole, I think, 4 or 5 hour video. I got the original. It's very hard to get a hold of. Fortunately, I downloaded it. But they have it in parts. Paul Wallace has it in parts. So you can follow all the different episodes. Absolute mind-boggling. I mean, if you don't get the big picture after watching that, well, go join the Three Stooges. So it means the shining ones. The shining ones. Okay, the actual translation are the powerful ones, which all the cultures talk about. It's the Elohim / shining ones / powerful ones / reptilians / Anunnaki / mighty ones. Okay, go check these links out. And the inside the mind of a reptilian is like, wow. I can tell you, and I'm not going to brag, but I know that the reptilians exist. I used to get hundreds of emails from reptilians because I had Stargods.org, which is not there. It was just a sinkhole for money, so I didn't have the money. Nobody donated, so out in the yonder field you go. So I had like hundreds of letters. I had a whole reptilian page that was really awesome. It was just like awesome. Gave you all these weird pictures and story. It was really awesome, but I had to go. It was a money sinkhole. So I had all these reptilians saying, no, don't do this. We're not all evil. We're not all evil. There's one woman that I found special. She looked like a citizen of Sumer. She had this certain facial traits, right? Took me a long time for that word. So anyways, she was very kind, loving woman, loved her kids and everything, but it wasn't easy for her because she's a reptilian. And so I learned that the reptilians live in fear of shape-shifting in front of their husbands, in front of their children. They live with that fear, so it's not an easy life. But the reptilians, so in the beginning, the reptilians created mankind. The creation story is all in the Sumerian tablets, but they're all, they tell about hybrids. The original Adam and Eve were hybrids. They were Sumerian hybrids. They were crossed with lower species to their higher species nature. And so what happened was that, well, anyways, I think we were created as reptilians, and that this is a holographic, this is not being human. I think our true form is the shining one. Because they said, let us make man in our image and our likeness. Well, that's got to tell you something there, too. So I may be full of it, or I may be, full of what? Or, I may be onto something. I don't know. But hear me out. I'm continuing here. Trying to get through this fast, but I just can't do it. So back then, we were reptilians. There's just, it kind of connects. It sounds like it connects. And I'm not, I will assume, without any facts or knowledge or anything, I will assume that if we're created in the image and excuse me, and had some water. If we're created in the image and likeness of reptilian gods who came down to create us and to slave us, then we would kind of look a little flaky, Scales. I brush my hair every day. I gotta get the scales out. The thing is that they're really into power and control. So they came from the Draco. I think it's called the Draco. They came from the star system Draco, the portals. They're there. It came, and anyways, they created Earth. The Sumerian texts really get into how the Earth was formless and void, and it was covered with water. There was no land. They brought, through their technology, they brought the land up, and then they created low-level life forms, and it went on from there. It was never about God. It was never about a guy named Jehovah. Yahweh. Sounds like a good name for Bigfoot. Yahweh. So, I just got a tomato. So the thing is, God was never part of this story. But the Jews, I think it was, 600 BC. I think it was 600 BC. They redacted and edited the Old Testament scriptures, right? And so now they copied and pasted the story of the Sumerians, and then they altered it, and then they put God in there. And the translation is the powerful ones, that all the cultures of all the world talk about how the shining ones came down and helped mankind, because some of them, they're not all evil. Some of them, as I say, were healers and teachers of wisdom. That was the priesthood from Atlantis. They survived, and I think they're at war with each other. They're at war with each other, the reptilians and against the lizards, against the serpents of wisdom. And you'll see in the Bible, the serpent that talked to Eve told the truth. I'm not going to get into it because it takes up too much time. I'm already at 23 minutes, but you'll see if you read it at face value, and you don't have these satanic spin doctors going, no, this is what it really means here. The Baphomet was talking to Eve. Hey, how's it going, kid? You're looking good, you know what I mean? Come on in. There's a lot more to the Genesis story where it absolutely proves that Jehovah was a liar, and that they did become God as God. Now, that's the mistranslation you'll find in all the Bibles now. Maybe the King James still preserves the word as, because Jehovah says, behold, man has become as one of us. The definite article. Not like us, not kind of like us. we became gods. So Jehovah was lying. He said, and in that very day ye shall die. Well, in that very day they didn't die. And the serpent had told them ahead of time. So I believe the serpent was a serpent of wisdom. And Jehovah is the chief reptilian god of the universe. He's the one who started the whole thing. He was created as an abortion. He came into existence as abortion and looked around and said, there is no other God but me. And then his mother, Sophia, says, this is all in early Christianity, it's all been done away with now. You are not to ever talk about it. His mother says, calls him, refers to him as a blind fool. You know, you're not the only fish in this pond, Buster. But he thinks that he was the only god. He looked around, there's nobody like him. And so he, wow, okay. And then he went on to create humans, which this sounds like in the Sumerian text, it's Enlil. Enlil was a mean, vicious, demanded to be worshipped or you would be punished kind of god. And Enlil, his brother, comes across as Jesus. Enlil was always trying to enlighten us, to guide us, but they copied and pasted the whole story. They changed the names to protect the innocent and all that. So 26 minutes, eh? It's probably going to be an hour. So the one thing known about the wisdom of the serpents of wisdom is that they're coming, they're returning. They're coming back. They're going to fix things straight. I don't know. Maybe they want us as their cattle, and they don't want to mistreat us because they want our numbers to grow. So the reptilians, okay. Reptilians, Anunnaki / Archons, they feed off of all our negative energy. So they create an environment that produces a lot of fear, hopelessness, anger, depression, anxiety. And this gets us to send out low-level vibrations that they use as food. And so to get more food out of us, more depression, anxiety stuff, the more horror they have to keep us under, worried about everything. Oh, the virus is coming, the new virus is coming. You know, every week there's a new virus, and that keeps us scared. And they're right now is a feeding fest right now. But the serpents of wisdom, that's the question I would ask. What do they feed off of? I don't trust anything out there. I don't trust. So I'm telling you this theory, but I got, I'm doing the Leonard Nimoy with the eyebrow up. So anyways, they're returning. But then one day I was thinking, look at the military-industrial complex. Look at McDonnell Douglas and all that, making jets so sophisticated now, these jets. Why are they doing that? Well, that makes billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. It turns the tax money into their money. And they make these, they need an excuse to keep building bigger and better jets so they can make money. Now that's plausible. Or they're trying to keep up, the government saying, oh yeah, China, they got the ultimate X-19Z jet. Oh, well, we're going to have to build a bigger and better jet. And the Russians have got the Tronan jet, It can fly, it can do this, it can do that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we got to get a better one. That could keep the arms industry going pretty good. But I think this is related. This could be related. I have no idea. I have no evidence for you. Prove it. I can't. It's just an idea. But I think they're preparing for this, what they're calling the fake alien invasion. And they need the fastest, most sophisticated jets to take them on. Well, to take on, who are the aliens that are coming? The wisdom, the serpents of wisdom. Because look at V, the series V. Remember, and that pretty woman, she's got her image on the bottom of the UFO. Hello, how are you? We have come in peace, and we have come to heal the nations and to give you cures to all your deadly diseases and stuff. So in the series, that was a trick, because they really wanted to win the trust of humans and then smash them from within. So so what if the serpents of wisdom are coming back? And they're coming back to repair, and they're coming back to help mankind out of the mess, to pull them out of the quicksand, the reptilian quicksand, okay? Well, we've all been brainwashed. We've all been propagandized by the media, where we're now at a point where all reptilians are evil. Reptilians are getting more and more well known now. And then you get a lot of people that say, I don't believe in that crap. Yeah, you don't believe in reptilians because they've never been tapped on the shoulder. And as I said, I've spoken to, in emails, to hundreds of reptilians. And I know how they think. I can go into a room and I can go, that one, reptilian. I know people personally in this reality, this joke we call reality. I know them, and they're reptilians, and I know them very, very well. And I know that they're reptilians. I've seen them shift. And plus all these emails and stuff. So I can really endorse this Outer Limits clip. The mind of the reptilian. Go see that. Click it, you know, and so now, if they're coming to save us, to help us, to heal us, to get us back to where we used to pray to them, not the ones that any ancient group that pulled hearts or drank blood are absolute reptilians. And the religion of reptilians is Satanism. And they infiltrate all the churches. All the churches. I used to be friends with a pastor, and the pastor sat down and he was talking, and he said, you know, I'll tell you something, the God's truth. He said, my church is half Mason and mixed in with Satanists. He said that's for every church. This goes for all the church, not just my church. And I went, oh my goodness, this is really bad. And I know how they deceive. I know how Christianity is the biggest deceiver to mankind. And I've spelled it out. Christians have been told lies. The Decepticons are working on them every day. They bought the big lie, the one big lie, which destroys them from within. They bought the lie. So anyways, if the serpents of wisdom are actually, it's true, they're coming back, because all the cultures were promised we're coming back one day, then the first thing the reptilians will do is to declare war on them and say, those are the reptilians. No, we have come in peace. No, you've seen all the programs. Remember V, the series? There's tons and tons of shows about shape-shifting reptiles and how evil they are. And what they'll do, the Decepticons will divert from them being wisdom, serpents of wisdom, and paint them as, broad brush them. They're the evil reptiles. They're taking over the reptiles. The reptilians have already taken over the earth. They control every aspect of your existence. They control your thinking processes even. They control your religion. They got power and control over everybody. Okay? They have power and control over everybody. And you're not exempt. You ever have a time where you go, oh my God, you think something, you go, wow, that was weird. That was gross. Where did that come from? It comes from the reptilians, who are ruling over us. I'm getting a second thought coming in here. The native Indians of North America, I think it was the native Indians, said that we're controlled by reptilians who live under the earth, in the earth, and they control mankind from there. But they're starting to emerge. They're starting to get us comfortable with the idea of reptilians among us. And they want to return to the surface. They were driven back through great wars, war of the gods. They were driven into the earth. They want to come back. They want to come back to the surface. But guess what you have to do before that? You have to terraform this earth. That's what the climate change is all about. Right now, all the weather has gone crazy because we are not accepting the United Nations global taxation on global, on climate change. We're not giving taxes for climate change, and now they're punishing us, scaring us. Where I am, this winter is the biggest pile of snow ever on record, I think. And last summer was 110 degrees, and they're really punishing us. So they will go, I got my wallet. How much do you want? Well, we want so many trillions of dollars to fix the atmosphere. And you know how they'll fix it? They'll just stop chemtrails. They'll just stop weather chemtrails that alter the weather. They'll just stop. Oh, our tax money. Oh, you like that? You like what we do? Well, we're increasing the tax level. You know, it goes on and on and on and on. So when they come back and they return, and why is it called a fake invasion? Because it is fake. Because they're not returning to invade us. They're coming to help us. And the fakeness will be with holograms. They'll have a holograph land in New York, and a reptilian comes out, a group of them, and they're that one of them, don't run, we are your friends. That's in the movie Mars Attacks. Oh man, that's a great movie. So anyway, and then you got all the ones that are wearing holographic disguises or genetic disguises, DNA, all that. They're all going to start, the mask comes off, and there they are, and the world's going to change overnight. And so they will keep, I think if there are any white hats, I don't see any real solid evidence that there's white hats out there helping us, because they care. If there are white hats, I suspect these are the serpents of wisdom. Okay? So check out the links. Do yourself a favor, check out the links. Okay? Put the beer down and check out the links. So why are they returning? Because it's going to be this is the age of Aquarius. You know how that song goes? Happiness and understanding, sympathy and love abounds, or whatever. Check that one out. But they're all returning, and I have to repeat so that you get this through your head, that the God of the Jews is the first Archon that came into existence, who went on to create who was reptilian, because it says in the original Christians used to say that Yahweh was an abortion, and the form, when they want to appear in the form, is a dragon, a reptilian. He went on to make other gods, and so, anyways, and you have the Nephilim. The Nephilim and the pure blood Nephilim are at war with the higher powers of the administration in the heavens, the alien administration. It's a federation. They decide what they're going to do. This is what Paul Hallis gets into. But just don't stop with that link. Find his other links. Do a search. Let your fingers do the walking. And I've been trying to find the entire 5 hour one. I think it's 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. I've been trying to locate that, but I can't do it. But I've got it download. But how would I share it with you all unless I put it up there myself? Mirror it, but I think I'd get in trouble for that. Mind-boggling. By the time you finish 5 hours of it, you're stunned. You're just like, wow, I did not know that. He's probably the most informative guy there is on the internet. I found nobody to beat him. Now you have, I told you it was going to be an hour long. Now you have David Icke. David Icke didn't invent reptilians. He just popularized them. He put the word reptilian in the narrative. So whether he did this on purpose or he's part of a master evil plan that he knows nothing about, I don't know. I don't know his heart. He may be doing it for good, but he's the one that got the whole ball going. And now there's the percentages of people now believing reptiles are real, reptilians are real, is expanding. And David Icke really prepped the people for because they're returning too. They're returning from, you'll hear this in all the cultures, the indigenous people and everything. They're down there, they're down below, and they're going to come to the surface. But maybe at the same time, the serpents of wisdom are going to return, and they're going to clash. There's going to be a war. And they'll have us all on their evil reptilian side because they'll be fighting fake reptilians. These will be the serpents of wisdom. In fact, it's the white hats are coming on white horses, and we're going to be seeing them as evil reptilians, and we'll join forces with the reptilians. We won't know it. There's going to be no signed contract or anything, but we'll team up with them because they're the ones with the latest technology, the latest jets, and that's the government. The government's completely reptilian. It's a reptile beast. Okay, so when they come out with all this fancy, and then, hey, I'll volunteer to be a pilot or whatever, they'll join for it somehow. We will be joining and meshing with the reptilians. Okay, now and right now, the Earth is being terraformed because when I was young, tell me if you know this to be true, because I know I've talked to dozens of other people that remember when I was young, the sun was smaller. It was a golden yellow. It was like sunset. When you see a sunset, it's really orange and golden kind of thing. That's what our sun used to look like. Now it's super white hot light. It's like a searchlight, and you can't even look at it. Us kids used to just sit there and gaze at the sun and look straight into it, and it was always dimmer. It wasn't like it didn't. Everywhere you looked didn't look like Shoppers Drug Mart, eh? It looked like had that sunset tone everywhere, because the sun was even right out at 12 noon when the sun is up high, it would be a golden yellow. CSI, what is it? CSI Los Angeles or something. I notice that show. They always have this. It's always the sun's always going down. It looks so beautiful in that show. That's exactly what it used to be like. So maybe they're trying to tell us something. You never know. They. It was just gold and yellow, and it looked like a sunset sun, and it was dimmer. It was dimmer. It wasn't so white, hot, bright like it is today. It's just unbelievable. It's just, you look at the sun and it's, you know, if I'm driving around, I turn a corner and the sun's there, and I just like, I almost go off the road. So they're terraforming, and the weather's changing. I think we're being terraformed, and also the weapons being the weather is being weaponized so that we fork out this global taxation to put an end to climate change. You know, why didn't they come up with a vaccine for that? Yeah, climate change vaccine. Get it while it's hot. You know, America is. I give America about a year before it collapses. The Chinese take over. Chinese have invested tons and tons of money into America. Probably Canada too. I know Hong Kong has bought Vancouver, BC out. They own Vancouver, BC. They've migrated here. It's a real mess. Anyways, they refer to it as Vancouver now. And the official language is Cantonese. So don't think that, oh no, they can't take us over. They can't take us over. You know, they can't. So they send over immigrants from China. And they're at their desk. And one day on the radio, and they're going to go, they'll put their Chinese hat on with the red star. They'll take the pieces of a gun from their desk, put it together. Mao! Mao! Too dramatic for you? I think the virus is pretty dramatic. Yeah, where they can strip you of all your rights, your liberties, and your freedom, and you can't do a thing. In Canada, we're absolutely, our hands are tied. You cannot claim the Charter of Rights. You cannot. It's unacceptable. And Biden's gonna really kick your butt. Oh, he's destroying. He's pulling that like oh, what's his name? Oh, I just gone blank. Curse you, chemtrails. Oh, what's his name? The guy in the Bible that, you know, tears down the city, pushes the pillars. It's Samson, and it all comes down. That's what Biden's doing. He's pulling the roots out of America. You ain't seen nothing yet. Oh, he's prepared, and he's going to probably win the next election because, you know, the voting machines are still rigged. They're still rigged. Oh, and there's Anderson Cooper. Oh, yeah. Biden in on a landslide. This is the biggest victory landslide ever in American politics. And, you know, Anderson Cooper, you know, guys with the CIA. Once CIA, always CIA. Do you understand what I'm saying here? No, he's a good boy now. You know, he's got a partner and he's doing okay. No, you're just stupid. Okay, so let's wrap this babe up. What can I tell you? I can't tell you anything more. Just don't fall for the BS. I'm at a point in my life that I realize our entire... Why is the neighbor looking at me through his window? Our entire reality is based on BS. The whole thing's BS. Everything is... Your whole reality is based on BS propaganda. They got you thinking whatever they want you to think, okay? So now they're going in Canada about opiates and how people are dying from opiate medication and all that. They're up to something. They're planting the seeds. And I notice America has been really planting the seeds for cannibalism. And now, if it collapses, if the whole system collapses, which is it will, it has to. You push something off the table, it's going to fall. People are going to need to eat. And what they're going to do is they're going to hunt the forests. They're going to hunt in the forest. And what are they going to go after? They're going to go after deer. And now, we'll get that little finger down. Get that little finger down. Market classes, they're going to start shooting deer. Now they're saying, oh, we just discovered, the experts and scientists have now discovered that deer are all infected with the C virus. How convenient! You gotta learn how to read this BS, because it's piling up faster than you can say what is going on. I mean, you need wings to stay above it. But everybody falls for everything because Anderson Cooper, he never lies. He may be albino, but he never lies. Do albinos lie? I have all these albinos, you racist pig. Anyways, bad joke, okay? Sometimes I stumble and dumb. Okay, forget I ever mentioned that. Anyways, albinos, there's nothing wrong with albinos, but there's certainly a lot wrong with Anderson Cooper. And he's CIA, always CIA. I don't know. People will fall for anything. They'll do whatever they're told. And if Fauci wants to make an announcement that people are getting viruses up their arse, well, Bill Gates has a mahogany butt plug for sale, free with every computer. And people can shove the butt plug up their arse and be fully protected against any virus out there. Because after all, the viruses crawl up your leg and they get in there, iggity diggity doo, and they go right in there, man. You're infected, and then you're gonna die, and then you're gonna die. So you better get the mahogany, unvarnished, polished butt plug for your butt. And don't forget Dr. Fauci's new lubricant, because you need the lube. You gotta get lubed, man. And be safe out there. Be safe out there. I'm surprised you don't have to wear earplugs so that the little critters don't get in your ear, And everything's lie. Everything they've said about the viruses is lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. I just heard from what's his name, Mike Adams. He has a show that in Europe they had the biggest crackdowns and social distancing and cutting back on crowds and everything, and the virus infection has gone right through the roof. None of it helped. The mask didn't help. 6 feet, And then when you have a party, you're only allowed, let's say, what were they saying for Thanksgiving? You could only allow 5 people. If you only allowed 5 people, I think that's what the number was, to your Christmas dinner, you wouldn't get the virus. But if you have 6, you'll come down with the virus and you'll die. That's sick. Anyways, I gotta go. I got through this without my coffee. I can't believe it. Anyways, stay away from mind control. Anybody tells you what to believe, blow them off. And that means religion, and that means the government, everything. Just, and fight the government. Don't even accept a traffic ticket. Take it to court. Make them, make them pay with their precious time. Just I don't care how small it is. Just say no. Your answer to the government, no. I will not comply. What we're dealing with now is the Borg. The reptiles are Borg. Resistance is futile, and there's no way we're getting out of it unless my theory is correct and there are white hats coming to save us. So make your own choices. And as far as violence goes, nobody is allowed to tell you not to fight back. Alex Jones says, show the love, turn the other cheek. And David Icke, same thing. I think they're operatives. I'm pretty convinced they're operatives. David Icke, no. That's just what they want to do. That's just what they want you to do. Is that what they told the people before the American Revolution? Put your guns down. That's just what they want. You're falling for their plan. Like, wake up. Anyways, I don't promote violence. I believe diplomacy is the best policy, but anyways, I don't believe in violence, but sometimes violence is needed. You have to make your own decision. A friend just gave you a present. He gave you a .22 pistol, and you're walking home with your girlfriend with a pistol in your pocket. You're going to put it away or sell it because you don't believe in guns. But then there's two criminals. They got your girlfriend. They're going to rape her. They're going to beat and rape her. And you got a gun in your pocket and you're not going to use it because it's violence. And you turn the other cheek. Love them in Jesus and all that crap. Well, good luck, pal. Anyway, sometimes you need violence, If you're pushed, you have to push back. You don't just sit there. Somebody pushes you and you bend over and pull your pants down. No, you gotta have some gusto there, kid. Oh, the men, the real men of this world are all gone now. They're all, I'm gonna need therapy. Oh, they won't need any therapy in a few minutes. Sometimes violence is needed. The violence was needed during the American Revolution, so, Oh, those bad people. Don't they know that guns kill school children? Oh! So anyways, thank you very much for listening. And yes, it is an hour. And thank you very much. And man, have I changed over the years. Oh my goodness. I wish I had some of the old videos to look at. Oh my goodness, I've changed. I'm a lot more different. Thank you very much. I'm sure you noticed it.